Hi everyone, this is Tiffany and I'm here to show you how to make this interactive card with a slider element. Now the slider element will actually move other parts of this card. What I have done is take my largest stitch rectangle and my largest stitch square dies to cut out my frame out of white cardstock. In addition, I will be also using the smallest die from the Lawn Fawn slider set, and that will be where my slider element moves. Now after that is done, I have also pre-cut a green and blue cardstock out of my largest stitch rectangle die, and that would be my sky and where my hill is. And right now I'm going to take my green cardstock and put it behind my frame and use my stitch hill die to plan out where I want that to go. I'm just now carefully removing my frame so I don't break it and so I don't shift my die too. And I'm also using a cloud die to make a green bush out of it. I've also cut that bush out of 110-pound cardstock. And now I'm just decorating my little bush with roses and I'm taping both pieces together. Now I'm going to be using my 110-pound cardstock and cutting out a couple of 1/4 inch strips. And I'll be also cutting my foam tape in half with my cutter. Now I have already pre-cut, I forgot to show you that I have actually cut out the side part out of my hill, and now I'm just taping each piece back to back and making sure that the slider part is lined up correctly. Now you actually see my background, just removing a little bit of the sticky stuff that showed up. Okay, so now I'm cutting a piece of foam tape to size so that it fits in the slider part, and that I'm taping it to the back of my little bush, making sure that it moves freely without dragging. And I have actually pre-cut a oval from the heavy duty cardstock, and I will be using my little hole puncher that I have just purchased, and this is the, I believe it's the 1/8 diameter hole punch. Actually, correct, I might be wrong, but I would definitely put that in my YouTube description, and I'm punching it out of each corner. And now I'll be using my itty bitty little brats that I found in Michael's, and I found these to be a perfect size to make this type of card. Now, I'm just using it to decorate each corner, a top corner right now, making sure it doesn't show in the bottom. And I'm removing the backing and using my little strips, punching a little hole towards the end of each. And I'll be binding them to the bottom of my oval with the tiny little brats. I will list these items or items I use in my YouTube description. So I'm just binding the brats, and this allows the card, the strips to move freely within the card. Now that back is done, just want to test out the slider part, make sure that everything's okay. And now I'm going to be making the triangles to move that, oh, excuse me, that would actually move the characters up and down when you slide a little bush. So you actually see I will be creating a little M with the middle part crossing each other. So I'm just trimming up the top angle, punching a little hole. Now if you don't have it, the hole punch, you could just use any sharp tool you have to pierce a hole. And if you don't have brats, you could actually use strings or really thin strings and just tie a knot on the top of each. So now my triangle, I didn't realize the first angle I made was slightly too long. I will fix that later, but first I'm going to um, use the brush and join my second angle. So I finally noticed I was the first angle was too long, so you see me taking it apart and trimming it a little shorter. And again, I'll be making a hole with my hole puncher, which is pretty cool. And now I'm just joining again with a brad. Again, don't seal it with glue. Use a brad or twine so that it allows each angle to go up and down. So I'm just measuring now so that I'm cutting it the same length for each side. Okay, so I'm actually going pretty fast here. I'm to make sure this video isn't too long as I fast forward it, and hopefully you're able to see it. If anyone has any questions in regards to any of these steps, um, list your question in the comment section, and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. So now this is done, and you can actually see it moving up and down. And now I'm just positioning my little characters to see where I want it to go. So I'm going to be taping each character to the back of each angle with score tape. And I'll be taping it to only one strip, not both strip that creates the angle, just one side. Um, so I'm putting the bunny down, and after testing it, I realized that I didn't like the way the chick was moving, so I actually took out the brat and flip it over, meaning I crossed um, the left one was on the bottom and the right one was on top, and I flipped it so that my chick could rest on the left strip, so that it would actually go in instead of out. If that makes any sense. So now I'm testing it. It works, and now I'm just finishing my decorative element for this card and just gluing down my little cherry blossom, putting in my back panel for the sky, but first using my foam tape that I've cut out, just positioning it around so that it holds everything in place, and it gives me enough room within the card for my slider element to move. Um, Now it is everything so done, removing the backing of the foam tape and putting my sky, and that is how I made this card. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.